welcoming into the studio where she normally resides anyway between 10 and 3 o'clock, our wonderful Lizzie Oakes. Morning,
Hey,
Lizzie.
Cathy, morena.
Morena, very excited about what you've been doing actually over the last couple of years really, but really looking forward to something special that's coming up on Shine TV, a project that's very close to your heart, Season 2 of Finding the Light, coming to Shine.
Yeah, coming up the first episode's this Sunday at 7:30, and I was thinking, well, we have got 6 episodes and they're quite diverse, the people I'm talking to and the things that they've been through. And I mean, that's really what Finding the Light's all about, is sitting down and having honest conversations with people about difficult times in their lives and how they actually got through it.
We're all, one degree or another, go through difficult situations and find the light. But how do you decide on who to talk to?
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a toughie.
No, I think what happens is, because obviously we did the first season last year, some people I already knew, or I knew of their story, or I sort of knew them from afar. Even, I might have seen something about them on Facebook or something, and I thought they look like an interesting person. So it's almost like I take a mental note. And then for me, I'm sort of looking at diverse range of people, ages, balance of male and female. That's sort of what's going through my head. And people with diverse stories who have been through really hard things, but I guess they're not stuck in it, and they've got enough of the way through, even if they are still going through it, that they're actually able to articulate what they've been through. Because you can go through something pretty difficult, like all of us, but to actually be able to sit down and talk to somebody, and for some people that were kind of pretty much strangers, and open up their hearts into something so personal, I don't take that for granted, and it's not an easy thing to expect and ask people to do.
Because you are asking people asking people to reveal and open up where they are incredibly vulnerable and where it's been incredibly personal, and it's almost like sacred space, isn't it?
It's a totally sacred space, and I don't take it for granted. And I never try and be clinical in my approach. And I think for most people that I've been, who I interview, there's a measure of me having been through something that I can understand. Like for my first guest coming up this Sunday, Alison, and she tells the story of her mother going through dementia. Before my mum died, she had dementia. And so I can, I can relate to what people are talking about. Something I discovered recently, we had the Strength Finder thing where we looked at our strength, and my top one was empathy. I thought, okay, that's why I can do this, because I can feel it. That can be a two-edged sword, because it can be a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. There's kind of a cost to you personally doing this sort of thing. You're not going there clinical. You're actually getting into that space with the person and journeying through it. So as you say, it actually is a sacred space.
What does it mean for you to be able to chat to people about what they've been going through? Because it's an incredible privilege, isn't it?
It is. I guess I'm just, you know me quite well, I'm a pretty real person. What you see is what you get. I'm not really a fluff kind of person, I mean, I like to have a laugh, but I'm good at deep and meaningfuls. And I think in our Christian walk that we can sometimes think or feel, hey, I'm a Christian, I got to have it all together, but that's just, living your best life. But what is your best life when your best friend's just taken their own life, It's the reality of our faith, encountering God in those really difficult times. And I think I always love it and I've done it in my own life. I've been through some hard things and I've been able to talk about it later. And so it's like God takes those beauty for ashes. And it's, it's that testimony that gives all of us, whether we've been through what my guests are talking about or not, it gives us courage to keep going. And it's like, oh, that person's got through this. And look what's happened for them, like they've really encountered God. I want that in my situation. If he can do that for them, he can do that for me.
Any sneak preview on the guests?
Well, as I say, I've got Alison Shaw coming up this week talking about dementia. So, but some of the other topics that I'm talking about, there's drug and alcohol addiction, there's suicide, There's somebody who's had a lung transplant and how that's been difficult in their life, and just an amazing group of people who are opening up their hearts and their homes so that I can come and share the stories with Shine TV viewers.
So the details again, Finding the Light this Sunday.
Yep, season 2 starts this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on Shine TV.
Lizzie Oakes, thank you.
Thanks, Cathy.